Hi guys, today we are going to learn about how to set up always on SQL Server on Azure cloud environment. Okay, so let me begin with definition. Okay, so what is always on? So always on availability group feature is high availability and disaster recovery solution that provides enterprise level alternative to database mirroring. So before always on, there was a database mirroring concept. Database mirroring means whatever database present on one server, primary server, all that database will mirror. Mirror means it will replicate to secondary database. So this always on is advanced version of database mirroring. It is introduced in SQL Server 2012. Okay, always on availability group maximize the availability of set of database user for enterprise. So it means maximize the availability of user databases. Okay, what it do? It will maximize the availability. Availability means you can say if one server go down, then uh, its secondary node will take care of availability of database servers. Okay, so that is availability of database server. And how it work in a availability group. Okay, that provides support of failover. Okay, so here it is written an availability group supports failover environment for a discrete set of user databases known as availability database. Okay, so and that availability database failover together. Okay, availability group supports set of read-write primary databases. Okay, so availability group supports set of read-write primary database. Means primary database will be read and write. Okay, and 1 to 8 set of corresponding secondary database. So secondary database will be read only. We cannot perform write operation on secondary nodes. Okay, so that is the concept of availability group. Let me draw something, okay, to understand it better. So if you see, this one is a primary server, okay, and database server. This is secondary database server. So if I type it here, primary DB server, okay. So this is primary DB server. Here it is secondary DB server, okay. So this one is a secondary DB server. Okay. In primary and secondary DB server, let's assume there is multiple databases DB1, DB2, and DB3, DB, DB3. Okay. Here there is only one server. Assume there is primary server. Okay. So what always on will do? It will create one availability group. You can say this is availability group 1. Okay. This one is AG1. Okay, and this full AG1 will be replicated here. So here you can say this is AG1 same AG1 will be replicated from here to here. Okay. So what does it mean? Here there are two database on this availability group as well. There will be two databases. Okay. DB1 and DB2. Okay. And here also it is AG1. And in case this third database, but it is not kept in a availability group. So it is a separate. It's not replicating to secondary database. Okay. Now assume if this primary node goes down. Okay. Uh, Assume this primary node go down. Okay. So what will happen? Whatever is in availability group 1, all that database will be available on secondary database. Okay. So all the application whatever is using database 1 and 2 all are transferred to secondary database, but here this database is not in availability group, so it will be impacted. Okay. So group wise it will be fail over to another node. Okay. And this is a mirror copy of db1 and db2. Whenever there is transaction happening, it is synchronously or asynchronously replicate to secondary DB. Okay. So this is a concept of availability group. Okay. Let me minimize this. Today what we are going to do, we will create one domain controller. Okay. We will create three virtual machine. One is domain controller. Second is SQL node 01, SQL node 02. Okay. And what we will do, we will create Windows failover cluster first. Once Windows failover cluster is done, on top of that, we will create SQL role and add AOAG. Okay. Then we will try to do failover. Okay. So let me first create these three node in virtual machine. Create Azure virtual machine. I will name this as a domain controller. Okay. All the servers should be in same region. Okay. Availability group option, I don't require it. 2019, this is correct. I can select, let me select 4 CPU, 64 GB RAM. Okay. Username, password, all other things I will keep as it is. Let me check. Okay. Networking, that's okay. Let me create this. Okay. Let's wait till this get created. Then we will create SQL node 01, or let me create parallelly SQL node 01 and 02 as well. But it requires same domain, so might be Let's wait to complete this first deployment, then I will come back. The controller 01 is built. Let me go to resources and let me download RDP file. Okay, let me connect this server. Admin 01. Let me connect this server. Parallelly, let me create another node. Create Azure Virtual Machine, AOAG. Availability is on not required. Same 16. Rest of the things are. Let me review and create. Okay. There are a couple of network setting we need to do. So here deployment is initialized. It's in progress, right? Let me go here and create node 2 as well. I forgot one thing. Deployment is in progress. Admin 01. Where the server go? Okay, it's in progress. What name? Hmm, sorry. Let me create virtual machine. Another virtual machine because I forgot to keep both virtual machine on same node. So let me create here SQL node 01 virtual machine. Availability group, no redundancy, and here it will be for CPU. That's okay. Admin 01. Okay. Let me do review. No, next, ignore, and here in network setting, it should be in same subnet. Why it's not picking up? Hmm, let me refresh and now try. This is wrongly created, so I'm deleting it. AOAG virtual machine name SQL node 01. Availability is on, not required. It will be same username admin 01. This change is not required. Let me go to networking. Networking, we need to keep all the servers in same domain controller. Okay. So apart from that, everything will be same. Create this. It's submitting. Once it go for the progress. Okay. Let me create one more. Create as a virtual machine. Resource group will be same. No infrastructure redundancy required. Admin 01 is our user. Okay. Again, for node 2 as well, we need network setting to be modified. Our virtual network will be same as our domain controller, so all the IP will be in same VNet. Okay. Let me create it. So it is now in progress. Let me go here, go to virtual machine. What we will do for domain controller and everything, uh, we'll change the settings. Okay, we'll change settings here. First network setting. We will keep all the IP as a static IP. Okay, so we will go to network interface, IP configuration, and here uh, there is a IP configuration. So instead of dynamic, we will keep it static. Okay, and save. The network interface is updated for domain controller. Let's go here, go to node 01, node 01 networking, and in networking there is interface, network interface and IP config. Here also there is IP config. We will keep it static 10.0.0.5. That's okay. Apart from that, for our SQL node 01 and 02, we will make our domain controller as DNS server. Okay, so here static is updated. We will go to DNS server and update custom DNS. Our DNS server is 10.0. Domain controller is 0.4. Okay, so we will keep that as our DNS server and save it. So it is saved. Let it save. Then we will do same setting for SQL node 02. It's updating. Yeah, it's saved now. Okay, let's go to another virtual machine. Let me refresh. I think, yeah, SQL node 02 is also ready. Now let me go to networking, network interface, ipconfig, ipconfig, and it will be static. Save. This is updated. Let me go to DNS server. Our DNS server is 10.0.0.4. Let me save this. Okay. So domain controller is here. Let me copy same for other servers. Okay. One will be yeah, here it is saved. Our DNS server is saved. Let me go to virtual machine and let me grab the detail for our node 1 and node 2. Let me edit this. Is equal node 01. Let me edit this with proper IP address. Okay. This is IP address of node 01, admin 01. Okay. Save. Connect. Okay. Let me do same for here. SQL node 02. Edit. And here it is a detail for second server. Okay. Uh, and okay. So our three MSTSC files are ready. Now what we will do, we will join our server to domain. Okay, this is our domain controller. So first what we will do, we will install domain controller on this server. Go to manage, add role, add role, and add role. We want Active Directory domain controller, right? So we will add this feature and do next, 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 restart, yes, install. It will take some time. Once it will done, I will continue again. Okay, so here Active Directory domain services are installed. Okay, we will close this, and here it is asking for to promote server as a domain controller. So we click on here. We will we want to create new domain, right? So we will click on add new forest. We can give here any name domain, whatever we like to create as a. So I'm giving as a dexter.com. Click next. It will be same. Here we need to select any password, but need to uh, remember this password. Okay, we will do next. Next, delegation not required. Next, next, next. So all prerequisites are successful. We will install. Waiting for DNS installation to finish. Okay. So after domain controller installation, what we will do? We will install failovers, join uh, node 1 and 2 with the domain controller. Okay, it is asking for being restarted, being active was installed or removed. Okay, so we will do close. It will restart the server, and after restart, we will create one user. Uh, um, that user will work on all the nodes, and that user we will use for further activity on Windows cluster environment. Okay, uh, let's start. Let me check whether it's up or not. Okay, I will join. Okay, it's up now. this server is up. Let it start fully, then I will join back. Yeah, now our domain controller is up. Okay, and along with domain controller, I restarted both SQL Node 1 and SQL Node 2 so that it can aware like there is domain controller and they can join domain controller, right? So I restarted both nodes. Now, now let me create one user, admin user, and uh, we will use this admin user for rest of the activity for AOAG. Okay, so already there is admin user. We will create similar user with admin privileges. Okay, I will say it as a AOAG admin. Okay, password. Okay, and finish. So we have created one AOAG admin user and we will connect SQL node 1 and 2 with AOAG user. So let me modify its setting, connectivity setting. Instead of admin 01, we will put it here domain user AOAG admin at the rate our domain dexter.com. Okay, same modification we will do for SQL node 02. Here same user we will use. Okay, and let me save and connect. Okay, till this user is not in domain, we did not join server in a domain, that's why. Okay, we will use our admin 01. Let me do same for here. More choices, different account user. Mm, okay, now let me go to my PC and property. Here, right now it is belongs to work group. So let me change its setting. I want it to be work with this server to be in domain. So I will make sure it connected and join the domain. Okay. Uh, Let me join with our admin user. Yeah, welcome. It required restart. Okay. Restart now. Okay. Node 2 is restarted. Let me change here settings. It is already saved. Let me go to node 01, my PC, property, and here it is belongs to work group. So we will change it to our domain, member of domain dexter.com, OAG admin. Okay, welcome to the dexter.com. It requires restart. Okay, close and restart now. Let me check it. Setting, edit. Yeah, correct. Let me join both server with our admin AOAG user. Our both server node 01 and 02 both are now in a domain. Okay, and we can connect it successfully with our AOAG admin user. Let me install failover cluster on both node. Okay, let me go to server manager and here tools, add role and feature. Next, select server, and here we required cluster feature. Okay, failover clustering, plus we need here remote server connectivity. That's why it requires a remote AD, DS and ADLDS tool. Okay, to work with domain controller. Okay, so node 2, we have installed required feature. Let me do same thing on node 1. Next, next, next. Features, failover clustering, add, and a remote server administration tool. Here we will select ADDS and ADLDS. Install. Okay. So once it is installed, we will resume back. So now we have Windows failover cluster installed on node 1 and node 2. After installation, both node got restarted. Okay. So now let me go to node 1 and validate whether we can able to perform validation test or not successfully. Let me go to Windows failover cluster and do basic checks. Okay, let me validate. Next, SQL node 02, both node are reachable. We will run all the tests and next. So most of the tests are pass. Network report has some warning. Okay, we'll go to warning. So there are two warning, that is SQL node is reachable from this only one pair of network. That's okay. Here also testing completed for the test you selected. Okay, warnings are like just it is working with one network card. That's why it is giving these warnings. Okay, it is saying also there is no same version of SQL Server, but I think it's same. It's 2019, 2019, 64-bit, 2019 data center. Here it is 2019. Yeah, version are same. I think we are good. Here installation done. Okay. Let's create. Can save this link for future reference. Okay, let me close this. Okay, let me create cluster, Windows cluster, SQL node 01, SQL node 02. Next, cluster name, Windows cluster. DNS, everything looks good. Okay, there is no node majority is there. Okay, and everything is fine. Let's finish. Our cluster is good. Uh, there is no error, no role, nodes, both node are up, disk not required, network card is there. Okay, here we need to, there is no quorum, right? So we need to configure quorum because there are two nodes. So quorum is required. So we will select quorum witness as cloud configuration as a quorum witness. Okay. So here we have storage account available, this one. Okay, we will use this account as our storage witness. So uh, there is access key. We will copy this storage account name and paste it here, and key we will copy and paste it here. Next, cluster manage voting enabled, all node configure have. Okay. Next, you have successfully configured quorum setting for the cluster. Okay, it is done. Finish. Our cloud witness is online. So quorum is configured now. What we will do now? We will install SQL Server and SQL role. Okay. So we already have setup files. Okay. On our shared disk, uh, we have already Azure files here. Okay. So what we will do? We will attach this files here. We have downloaded all the package uh, binaries, so we will attach this drive to our both node 1 and node 2. Okay, and from there we will install SQL Server. Okay, let me open command prompt or PowerShell. Okay, this PowerShell, let me execute here this command. Node 2 as well. Okay, we need to run as a administrator. Okay, that's okay. And execute here. So node 1 is mounted as a Z drive. Here our shared Azure storage is attached. We will copy SSMS, our SQL Server Developer Edition 2019. Okay, and Adventure Work database. Okay, we'll copy this and paste it into our D drive. Same thing we will do for second node. Second node we don't have still. It's not showing. Why? Mm, Already in use. It is saying, okay, it is saying it's already in use. Okay. Okay, this copy is finished. Let me release this. I don't think because of this it is not able to connect, but let's release it. Mm, okay, Z. No, why it's not showing? Okay, let me restart this server. Might be there is some issue. Okay, so our node 1 is ready. We can start installing SQL Server on node 1. Okay, run as an administrator. Yes. So here we will do installation, standalone installation, developer edition next, accept license, checks are done. It will give warning for firewall. Okay, so firewall we need to disable. On production, we can put firewall rules, but here for development we will just ignore firewall rules. Okay. Here it is giving warning, right? So what we will do, firewall rules we will turn off. Okay. And then close and rerun. Now everything is fine. We will install database engine and require client tools. Okay, client tool and SDK. Here, okay, we will do one more thing. We will attach disk just to make sure like we are installing the setup properly. Okay, so what we will do, I will go to Azure portal. Okay, let me go to Azure portal and attach this to virtual machines. Okay, here is node 1. There is disk. Okay, so create disk program files. Okay, with 30 GB, create one more disk for MDF files, MDF data. 01, this for 01, right? So I will put 0101. 10 GB is sufficient. Mm, then log data 01, 10 GB, temp data, then program file that that much is sufficient. Okay, apply. So it will attach this to our server. Okay, same thing we will do for node 2. Node 2, let me try again. It is going here as connected. Here also it is connected now. Okay, let me copy SQL Server setup and data files and SSMS. Copy it to D drive. Okay. Uh, Let me go to node 1 and let me attach all disk. Okay. So whatever disk we have created, it is showing here. We will select a GPT, maximize it, and 10 GB one. We can give it name as OneDrive as MDF data, MDF data. Another one is our log file. Oh, mm, log file. We can put it as L. Log data. MDF file. We can change later to, instead of F we can change it to M. Okay. MDF, LDF, then temp file SD, temp data, finish, and our binaries will be stored on program files. We'll call it as a P. Okay. Same thing we will do for node 2. And let me go to home, virtual machine, node 2, disk, and we will attach here disk. One will be MDF data or program, you can say. Mm, Program file 02. This was second server, that's why I'm putting it as a 02. MDF data 02, 10 GB, then log data 02, 10 GB, temp data 02 as 10 GB. Okay, apply. Okay, let's finish setup on node 1. Program file will go to P drive, P drive, and P drive. Okay, next we will install default instance. Okay, do next. Then here agent is manual, we will keep it automatic. Okay, browser is not required. Collision, I will keep it as it is. Do next. We will add this user as our admin user. Data directory will be M drive. Okay, backup directory we will keep it P. Data directory M. Here log file will be in L drive. Okay, data directory M, L, backup. Temp temp will be on temporary files, temporary directory. So what we will do, we'll here make it T and mkdir, and one for log. Okay, log. Same thing we will do on node 2. Where is our node 2? Is node 2 PowerShell New file, paste it here, execute. Okay, here disk is not attached. Okay, let me first attach disk. Okay, we will do this later. Let me complete first node 01. So we have temporary files folders created. Now let me remove and add temporary directory here. And here it will be log. Next. Oh, we go back. E drive. One thing is missed, but that's okay. Here developer edition install data drive will be on P agent data directory M log file L backup directory P memory, that's okay. Parallelism 4 authentication temporary directory log file, that's okay. Install. Let me go to node 2 and do the same thing for disk. GPT and this we can keep it as a MDF file M MDF data finish. Log data temporary T. So this is a best practice in SQL Server environment. We keep data log and temp file in separate drive and binaries in separate drive. Okay. P program file is done. Let me install SQL Server on this server. Run as administrator and let me execute now this command. Installation standalone SQL Server. Developer edition. Accept. Next. Okay. Here SQL Server installation is in progress. Mm, okay. Warning, firewall. You will turn off firewall on development environment. Okay. And rerun. It's all done. We will install database engine. Then client tools and SQL SDK. It will be installed on P drive, SQL Server binaries. Next, named instance. That's okay. Agent is manual. We will make it automatic. Collision is fine. Add current user as an admin. Data directory will be M drive. Log directory will be L drive. Backup, same as binary. Temp, remove this temp and add temporary directory. And here log folder. Okay. Max DOP, it will be same. Here we will set it as a recommendation. Click OK. Next, install. Okay. So SQL Server installation is complete. Is going on node 2 and node 1 is completed. Okay. Let me close this. Let me install SSMS on this server on binary folder. Okay. We will select binary folder to install SSMS. So I will get back to you once SQL Server and SSMS installed and server get restarted. After server restart, I will get back to you. Thank you. Yeah, fine. So now on SQL Node 01 and 02 both server SQL services are installed and SSMS is also installed. Both server got restarted and now we will configure SQL configurations. Okay, to make sure that it can connect remotely and we can do AOAG setup. Okay, so first thing is we will change this logon account with our AOAG admin account. So this will we will do on both node SQL node 01 and SQL node 02. AOAG admin. Okay, password apply. This we will do for both SQL Server and agent. Network related changes you will do to make sure that TCP/IP is enabled. Okay, so here it is disabled. We will enable it so it can remotely connect the server. Okay. Third, we will do here changes related to AOAG. I will enable AOAG feature so you can create always on availability group. Okay. Okay. Restart the services. Okay. We'll go to node 2. Same configuration changes we will do on node 2. SQL services, we will change it to our admin user. UAG admin. Enable TCP/IP, and here UAG we will enable. Okay. So now both node configuration settings are done. Let me go to node 1. Let me connect node 01 and node 02 as well from here. Okay. Okay, it's restarting. Okay. This denied. Might be Let me connect from here. It's connecting here. Node 01. Let me check. From here to there, it's connecting. SQL node 02. Let me restart on SQL services. Yeah, now it's connecting. Okay, let me now try to set up AOAG. Okay, so if we see here in failover cluster, okay, so in failover cluster, what is critical here? Hmm, Okay, we have both node up, storage is okay, network is fine. There is no role, right? So what we will do, we will create here UAG. But before that, we need one user database. So what we will do, we will store one database on node 01. Okay, devices, from devices to here on D drive, we have adventure work database. Okay, on 01, we will restore it as a recovery. Okay, if we see here as a prerequisite, this database should be full recovery mode. But by default, it is simple, so we will make it full recovery. Okay, and now what we will do, we will take a backup of this database, backup, and let me take backup here on D drive AOH. Okay, AD 15 October.bak. Okay, I will create a full backup. Okay, full backup is done. Now I will take log backup. Take backup instead of full log backup, remove, add D drive AOAG. Here it will be log. Okay, so full backup log backup is done. We'll go to D drive. We have these two files. Okay, and we will transfer it to secondary node. SQL node 02 D dollar. Let me restore this backup on node 02, node 02 SSMS. Let me restore backup, restore database. On node 02, we will restore it as a no recovery. Okay, so from devices, we will add this. Okay, and restore with no recovery. Okay, when we do restore as a no recovery, it will be in a restoring mode. Again, we will do task and restore transaction log. Okay, transaction log as well with no recovery. From devices, add d uag backup, and this is a log file. Okay, okay, restore with no recovery. Okay, our adventure database is restored. Now we have node 01, node 02, adventure work as a restoring mode. Now we will create a availability group. Do next. Here we will give name, availability group name SQL EOAG. Okay, next. Our database is now meets prerequisite, so we will do next. Here automatic failover we will select, and we want synchronous commit. Okay, we will add 02 as a secondary node. Okay, synchronous commit and automatic failover. Readability, if we want secondary database as a readable, we can make it yes. Okay, endpoints by default is fine. Backup preference, prefer secondary, that's okay. Listener, we will create later. Read only route we will keep as it is. Okay, do next. We already restored the database, so we will perform here join only. Do next. Listener is giving warning, yeah, we will create it later. Next. Finish. Succeeded endpoints. Yeah, everything is succeeded. And backup restore part is skip because we already did full backup, log backup we did manually. That's why it is skipped. We will close this screen and check UAG is created or not. Yeah, our availability group is created. This is a primary node. There are two nodes, one database, and there is no listener, right? So now let me create listener. So let me go here and check what all IP addresses are there. Network interfaces. We have this 4, 5, 6. This IP are already engaged. So we will give listener IP address as 10.0.0.10. That's okay. And DNS name SQL listener. Okay. Port SQL port 1433. Click OK. This is not required, I think, but let it be. Okay. Let me try to connect with SQL listener. Yeah, it's working fine. Let me do health check. Mm, Both node 1 and 2 are up. AOAG database is green. It is synchronized, no data loss. So let's test failover. So first we will do failover from one node to secondary node. Okay. So it is a manual failover. Let me do finish. Yeah, failover performed successfully. And if we refresh here, it's healthy and green. Both nodes are in sync. Now our second node 02 is primary, okay, and 01 is secondary. Let me do automatic failover. How we can do? Let me stop services on primary node, that is SQL node 02. Let me stop SQL service on 02. Okay, so if you see here AOAG now, secondary node is in stop state. Okay, so what happened? 01 become primary. Okay, and 02 is not available. But 02 was primary, now it fail over to automatic fail over to 01. Okay, so that is a high availability. Let me start SQL services on 02. So it will join again to 01. Okay, let me refresh. Yeah, now both node are healthy. 01 is primary, 02 is secondary. Okay, so this is all about always on availability group in SQL services. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you find this video useful, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.